Warpugs, now we have the question for the ages. Once again, Kentucky Ballistics figures out a question that nobody thought to ask, but everybody wants to find out the answer to. Guys, I'm here for it. Will modern firearms function with black powder? I have a list of questions about this that's about an eternity long. Holy cow, guys, what a question. Pick yourself up a shirt at KentuckyBallistics.com. We're going to jump right into this. Scott is going to tell us, where does he even come up with the idea for this? Is it comments? What is it? Does he have a huge pinwheel that he just straps stuff to and spins it every once in a while? I don't know. But my God, how did he even get this set up is the biggest question for me. Guys, we're going to check this out. Check out Kentucky Ballistics below, description, everything like that. Hit the subscribe button, join us a member of Patreon for early access. Let's get right in. Let's go.
Are you sure these are okay? What's to worry about, Scott? I whipped those
No. From him? No.
up special just for you. Well, you don't trust me or something?
No.
Well, what'd you put in them? Got it out of some containers in my grandpa's basement. Okay. No, I can't do this, Scooter. Look, give it to me. Be my guest. I'll show you. They're perfectly fine, Scott. And I'm going to prove it to you. Watch this. Here we go.
Let's go.
What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics. And in ye olden day, black powder used to be the main propellant when it came to firearms. Eventually, they developed smokeless powder, which burned much cleaner, was non-corrosive, and produced more energy. But my question for today's video is, what would happen if you used black powder in modern firearms? Will they function, and how powerful will they be? Well, today,
I am a dwarf and I'm dead. Okay, I'm done.
we're gonna find out. So today I have several different calibers to try out with black powder instead of modern smokeless powder.
Sweet.
We're gonna start out with 9mm, and of course, we're gonna use a Glock. This is a Glock 17, and before we use rounds loaded with black powder, let's fire some rounds that are still loaded with smokeless powder, see how this gun functions, and that way we have a baseline to compare it to when we start using the black powder.
Let's go.
I expect this thing to run flawlessly. Here we go. Okay, now let's try out some black powder 9mm. So now the moment of truth. What's gonna happen when we load the Glock 17 now with 10 rounds of 9mm that is loaded with black powder?
One thing that I already know is going to happen is there's going to be a ton of smoke coming out of this gun. This gun is going to look like it's on fire.
Is this thing gonna continue to function, or is it gonna break down? Okay, well, that's not a good start.
No.
I think we have a squib. Keep this pointed down. I just broke off my rear sight. What the heck? Come on, Glock. Maybe
What?
some water will help. That's why I have this 55-gallon drum of water here, was because black powder is highly corrosive. Oh, it worked. Do we have a squib? Close your eyes. Don't look at me. Hold on a second. Whoa, magic. It's disassembled. And yes, there is 100%. There's a squib in there. There is a bullet stuck in that barrel.
It's ridiculous, the guidelines that YouTube places on videos like this. Like, it is ridiculous. The reason he had to do that is because of YouTube guidelines. It's kind of silly.
Darn it! So I've been beating on this thing, and as you can see, I've just about got the squib out of there. Okay, now I bent my rod. Okay, I finally got the squib out. Let's see if we can get it to fire this time. Here we go.
You're kidding me.
9 mil. Oh! Oh, we almost made it out. Look at that. I mean, just went to the very tip. Use some water to break that corrosion up, and then I bet this thing will open.
This is ridiculous.
There we go. All right, well, I'm gonna knock that squib out, and we'll try it one more time. Maybe third time is the charm.
Maybe, but
Let's
I
try
doubt
one
it.
more time. Here we go.
Oh my God!
Oh, come on!
Okay, so we have a definitive answer: no to the 9 mil.
Didn't make it out the end of the barrel that time. Okay, well, as you can see, after just 3 rounds, for one, we haven't got one to leave the barrel yet, and it is extremely dirty. I mean, it is just gross. There's a bullet right there. Let me make sure this thing is completely unloaded. It is. You can see we almost made it out of the end of the barrel again, but not quite powerful enough to actually fire out of a modern cartridge. The thing about black powder is you need a lot of it to produce a lot of energy. For a pistol cartridge like the 9 mil, very small case capacity. So the amount of black powder that you can fit in that case doesn't seem to be enough to even create enough energy to make it out of the end of the barrel.
Huh. Oh.
Hello? Ah! Spam again!
Ah!
Have you ever wondered
Yeah.
how scammers get your phone number or why your inbox is flooded with spam? Well, there's companies out there called data brokers, and they sell your data without your consent to marketers and scammers and make billions. But thankfully, there's companies out there like today's sponsor, Aura, and they clobber spam.
I am very glad to be sponsored with Aura as well. You guys are going to be seeing a couple of things for them in the future. But yeah, Aura is a great company, and you know, I wouldn't recommend something if I didn't use it myself.
Aura is an all-in-one digital security. You may already have a digital security tool, but not having Aura is like locking your front door and leaving your back door wide open. With Aura, you'll get alerts if your personal info is found on the dark web, real-time fraud alerts for your credit banking, 24/7 monitoring to help keep your identity secure, a secure VPN antivirus password manager, and more US-based support available around the clock if something goes wrong. I totally memorized all those and was not reading them off of a phone underneath the camera.
Right.
So how does it make you feel that these companies are ripping you off and making money off of your data? I know how it makes me feel. Makes me feel like a big stinky eggplant that's been left in the sun for 2 weeks. But you can do something about it right now. Just swing over to Aura.com/Kentucky and you'll get 14 days free. And during that 14 days, you'll find out where your personal information has been exposed and sold. Again, a big thank you to Aura for sponsoring today's video. And if you want to check that out, there's a link in the description down below. So I have one more pistol caliber to try out before we move on to rifles, and that's the good old 45 ACP, the Lord's
Please, 2 World Wars, let's go.
caliber. Now, the 9 mil, as I said, did not have much case capacity for the black powder. Black powder actually takes up a lot of space, and we were only able to fit about 8 grains of black powder in the entire case of the 9 mil.
What?
For the 45 ACP, you can fit about 17 grains in there before you fill it to the very top.
Okay.
Now, before we try out our black powder rounds, we're going to shoot some standard ammunition that is...
Okay, seriously, that's a beautiful gun.
Loaded with modern powder, and these are 230 grain full metal jackets. Okie dokie. Here we go.
That's a pretty gun. Yeah.
Functions flawlessly. But I mean, it's a 1911, ain't it? Of course it's going to work flawlessly. Now I have 7 rounds of black powder 45 ACP.
I mean, you can't argue with 2 world wars. Let's go.
Let's see if it can actually make it out the barrel this time.
Please.
Here we go.
Let's go. Nice. Ooh, sheesh. Oh my God.
That was pretty cool. I am a little worried that there could be a squib, but I'm pretty sure I saw it hit the dirt. Let's shoot it one more time.
You just got jammed.
2 rounds, and now we're jammed up. It's
Oh my
locked up.
God.
That case is locked up in there. Oh! Oh,
I
no,
thought the
it's not.
case.
It just didn't even chamber it all the way. So we made it through 2 rounds, and then we had a jam, and I think it's because it's starting to get really dirty in there.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get a 3rd round. Here we go.
You just got jammed.
Oh,
God.
yeah, we're out of battery. There we go. I did not see dirt move that time. I confirmed that the barrel is clear. I'm actually just gonna shoot at that piece of steel so I know now. I missed it. Dude, this thing is eating the black powder rounds. It made it through a whole mag of...
Dude, but the cleanup of that is going to be absurd. Oh my God.
black powder 45 ACP. That is crazy. This thing stinks though. It's creating so much smoke. It's like semi-automatic Civil War over here. 7 rounds of black powder 45 ACP. Let's see if we'll keep running. Here we go.
You just got jammed.
Out of battery. Oh,
Up. There we go.
oh. It don't want to chamber the next round. It's out of battery. Oh, there it goes. Here we go.
You just got jammed.
Now we're way out of battery. We're starting to get real dirty now.
Look at
It's
that.
stuck in there. Look at that. It doesn't even want to come out. Okay, see if we can make it through this mag. Out of battery. Nope. We're out of service now. It won't even completely chamber around. You can see we are out of battery, and that's because it's getting so dirty in there.
Oh my God.
Ah! It's jammed up now. So we made it through about a mag and a half of 45 ACP black powder before it completely seized up the gun. Give her some water.
Oh.
That is the solution to black powder. All right. There we go.
There you go. Look at how it runs off. It's so dirty, it just runs clear off.
Look at that. Just blackness just dripping out of that thing. Yeah, that's gross. Look at
Yeah.
this.
That's just gunk,
That
man.
is nasty. Now that I've got some H2O gun oil in there, let's see if we can make it through the rest of this mag.
Oh my God.
Oh, I think we're back in business. Oh, oh.
Okay, 2 magazines,
Okay.
black powder. So, okay, honestly, Scott takes care of his weapons. I know that. He had to go into this knowing that every single. My wife just passed me a pug sticker and I dropped it because I have butterfingers. But he had to go into this knowing he was spending hours cleaning these guns. These guns are going to take a lot now, unless like he has like some sort of special sauce for it.
So, the trick to having black powder ammunition work properly in a modern firearm is you're just gonna have to keep a 55-gallon drum of water with you all the time. You know,
You can just carry that around your back. It's not a big deal.
just dip it, then load your mag and fire, and you should be good. So now it's time to move on to rifles, and we're gonna start out with an AR-15 chambered in .223. Like I said, black powder is highly corrosive, and I don't really ever want to use this upper again after today's video. So we have black powder pew pew laser engraved on the side of it. Before we use our black powder rounds, again, we're gonna start out with rounds loaded with modern smokeless powder. We have 20 rounds of .223. All right, here we go. Okay, that was 20 rounds and it ran flawlessly. So now I have another 20 rounds of .223, but these are loaded up with 27 grains of black powder.
Okay.
The AR-15 is a rather finicky platform sometimes, some very tight tolerances. So I don't expect this to run flawlessly. I'm gonna go with 10 rounds and then I think we shut down. Here we go.
Charitably.
That's really cool.
That is a different noise.
I want one.
Eh?
I want one.
Of course you do. But you're not getting these rounds.
What's the round?
Black powder.
Oh, I just need a normal bullet.
Oh my god.
I like the smokeless powder though.
That's 3.
He's actually concerned each time he look at the smoke trail from the cartridge.
4, 5.
You just got jammed.
5.
5.
What is it?
I will say, shooting black powder is really cool. You get like so much smoke, and it has a different sound to it. It
Yeah,
really
it's
is
deeper.
a shame
What
that
is
it
it,
doesn't work.
One sec, I'm gonna explain this to the wifey. Okay, so the things the wife wants for farm defense. She now wants an AR-15. She wants a 20 millimeter sniper rifle. She wants a 50 cal BMG.
Hell yeah.
And she wants, what was that other one? She wanted the punt gun for home defense. So, okay.
What if shit hits the fan and everybody has to fend for themselves and people are trying to get our farm animals or our food, and then I can be up on the roof sniping people?
With a 20 millimeter. Woman, you have a problem lifting a 20-pound bag of pine shavings, and you're going to do that. You can't even...
I will build a stand.
Build a stand?
Yes.
You're going to build a stand.
Yes.
You.
Well, you will build a stand.
No, I won't.
I'll learn.
Look. I understand that marriage means that we are together, but we does not mean me in that particular instance where you're wanting to build a tree house to snipe people. Trying to steal your chickens. I'm just saying. Why?
Hey, it is law.
The 20 millimeter sniper is a bigger gun than you.
It is law out here that if somebody is threatening your animals or your livelihood, you can snipe them. It didn't say snipe, but I'm assuming that's what they meant.
My wife. Swear to God. Anyhow.
Work well in modern firearms because I think they would look much cooler. All right, so that was 5 shots. Let's see what our malfunction is. Oh, she is.
Yeah, she's stuck up tight.
Seized up. That thing is not moving. 5 rounds completely did it in. Whee!
Whee!
That's fun. Okay, let's see. Ah! Nope.
That thing is done.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, so it chambered. It just didn't chamber that next round all the way. And look how black.
Oh
that is.
my
So we
God.
went through 5 rounds. Let's see what happens. If we dip
Yeah,
it
give
in
it another
water
dip.
first, because that seems to be the trick. I think it's gonna seize up in 5 rounds again.
Yeah, let's go.
Here we go.
You just got jammed.
You're kidding.
One round and we're done. Let's try one more time.
You just got jammed.
Oh, I think that was 6.
Nice.
Nope, we're seized up again. I bet you I can just get this out like this. There we go. So it looks like 5 to 6 rounds is all you're gonna get with Black Powder 223. So as of right now, our overall winner is the 45 ACP.
Right.
It ran the best with the Black Powder, and with the 223, we only made it through about 5 or 6 rounds before we completely seized up. Well, I have one more caliber for us to try out today, and that is the 7.62 by 39. This is an AK-47. This is my Century Arms AK that we actually torture tested. This was frozen for 100 days and it's still perfectly fine. We're gonna run this with some Black Powder 7.62 and see how it does.
Let's go.
I actually think the AK is gonna run better than anything else with the Black Powder rounds, but there's only one way to find out.
Let's
We're gonna
roll it.
start out with smokeless powder, and these are 20 rounds of 7.62 by 39 full metal jackets. Okay, 20 rounds, no problemo. Now let's load up with our Black Powder 7.62.
Let's
For
go.
the 7.62 by 39, the most you could fit in these things was 28.5 grains of Black Powder. I have 20 rounds. Let's see how she does. Here we go.
Oh. That is stupid sick.
You just got jammed.
You're kidding.
2 rounds. Hold on.
You just got jammed.
Wow, I didn't expect that. What?
Oh. Ah. Nope. We are seized up. It fired about as many times as the AR-15. Oh. That is seized up. Into the drum you go.
There we go.
All right, we're moving now. I want to try something different this time.
What's that?
It seems like these rounds are getting covered in soot and then they get jammed up along with the bolt. So this time, let's dip our gun in water and let's dip our mag in water
Okay.
and get those rounds nice and wet. Now let's try. Okay,
Cool.
here we go. 1, 2,
You just got jammed.
1.
Wow.
Oh,
You just got jammed.
I did not expect this, not with the AK.
darn it. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You just got jammed.
Nice.
6.
There we go.
Oh, and she's seized up. It's not moving. Oh. Maybe one more round.
You just got jammed.
No. 6 is about all you're going to get out of the rifle before it just completely gums up. So my next question is, how fast are these rounds actually moving compared to a round that is loaded with modern powder? Well, we're gonna find out with this handy dandy device called a chronograph. This will measure the speed of our bullets and also doubles as a foot massager. So we're not even gonna
It does not double as a foot massager. This is a joke.
try 9mm because we can't even get one to make it out of the end of the barrel. So we're gonna start out with 45 ACP. Normal speeds for a 45 ACP are around 900 to 1,000 feet per second. Okay, here we go.
Huh!
Oh, that's faster than I thought it would be. 455 feet per second.
Oh, wow.
So roughly half of what a 45 ACP would normally be doing. I expected it to be way less. Now for the 223. Normal velocities for this round are around 3,200 feet per second. I don't expect us to be anywhere near that. All right, I got no optic on here, so I'm just gonna kind of...
This usually ends in tears.
What?
Half.
That cannot be right.
Half.
1,546 feet per second.
Half.
That is pretty impressive. I was not expecting it to be moving that fast. Let's do one more just to verify. Here we go. Okay. 1,666 feet per second. So I'm gonna say that the black powder 223 is still pretty lethal. So that was pretty impressive. Now let's see what happens with the 7.62 by 39. Normal velocities for this round are around 2,300 feet per second.
If it holds true, it's going to be half.
So we got 1,068 feet per second. That is quite a bit slower than what the 223 was, but that's still pretty darn fast for a black powder round.
It
Now
is.
there's just one last thing to do. Oh,
Oh.
I'm out of ammo. Until
Oh.
next time. Crap. You know, black powder isn't exactly gentle on firearms, and I'm going to have some extensive work ahead of me.
That's
when it
what I
comes
thought.
to getting these things back to normal. But it'd probably be a lot easier if I got my start in firearms technology with Sonoran Desert Institute. If you want to check them out, there's a link in the description down below. So there's only one thing left to do with these black powder rounds, and that's shoot something. And honestly, I don't feel like dragging home a 55-gallon drum of water, so I'm gonna take a shot at it with each caliber, starting with 45 ACP, and we're gonna see if we can make it through it. All right, I'll start at the top.
Nice.
Hey, we made it through it. Barely. It looks like it just squeaked out the back.
Nice.
Up next is 223.
223.
I don't have a optic on this, so we're gonna get kind of close. Here we go.
Oh.
Dang. We did not make it through it. Look at this. There's a little dent right here. Looks like the round went sideways. So it's probably down in there somewhere. Still got 3 rounds left. Let's see if it'll make it through them.
There we go.
Oh.
I swear. Look how much smoke there is. I love the stuff that comes from this channel. This is one of my favorite channels of all time.
That's so bad. And now for the old AK-47. Looks like the AK made it through the back, but it also went sideways. You know what though? There is still a lot of water left in that drum.
Just standard Kentuckian behavior. Don't worry about it. What is he doing?
Oh, legs don't work too good. So today we found out why they stopped using black powder. And that's because it stinks, both figuratively and literally. When it comes to using black powder in a modern firearm, I'm going to say that modern smokeless powders are definitely superior, especially when it comes to smaller cartridges like the 9mm. We literally could not even get a round to come out the end of the barrel. When with smokeless powder, your round is definitely going to come out of the end of the barrel and you're breaking well over 1,000 feet per second with a 9mm. Now the good old trusted 45 ACP did enjoy some black powder, but it still jammed up in just a few rounds. But out of all the firearms we use today, I would say that the 1911 platform performed the best when faced with black powder. I think we almost made it through 2 whole mags before the gun was completely seized up, and it was still doing about half its normal velocity. Now when it comes to rifles, these two were actually pretty fairly matched. The 223 was putting out much more velocity than the 7.62 by 39, but they both seized up in about 6 rounds. While I think that black powder may get you by in a pinch if you absolutely had to, maybe in a zombie apocalypse scenario, but when it comes to actual functioning modern firearms, there is a reason that we switched to smokeless powder. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you learned something. If you enjoyed it, be sure and give it a like and make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you want to check out my limited edition 4th of July, just put a thumb in it shirts, there's a link in the description down below. And there's also many other links in case you want to check me out on all other social media platforms. And now I am on my way home to clean these guns. And as always, my name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics. I'll see you next time.
You got more cleaning to do now. You got a lot more cleaning to do now, Scott. Guys. As somebody who has seen a musket fired, like an actual, you know, Revolutionary War style musket fired, I can tell you that the sound that you get out of that is almost deafening. It is so loud. Our typical cartridges today, you know, you got popping and stuff like that. There is no question whatsoever if you ever heard a musket get fired around you. Actually, a musket being fired is what you typically think of when you hear a cannon being fired. It's that loud. So, if you're ever wondering what the sound is like of that, approximation, I'm just saying. Guys, I'm a big fan of black powder in, well, pretty much anything. But it does suck for firearms. It really, really does. I hope that you guys enjoyed this because I know I did. And I hope you learned something because I know I did too. Check out all the links in the description below for all of Kentucky Ballistics, for all of Scott's links. Check mine as well. Pick yourself up a Holy Cow shirt from KentuckyBallistics.com or check out my shop for one of my own. If you want to be a member of Patreon for early access, I will catch you guys next time.